What's a mood player, guys? Mood player. There's a new type of player in town. In football, it's called a mood player. And a mood player, let me let me quote this. So the great pundit Joe Cole tells us, there's people within the dressing room. When things aren't going well, they can get a bit poisonous, and they can bring people down. Across all the teams we've played for, there's always been that big character there who's not playing, and they're not good energy or good attitude, right? So a mood player is a big character, who's a poisonous player, who doesn't play well and brings the energy of the entire team down. Now wait it. This is what the great pundit Joe Cole tells us. Now where does this mood player come from? We'll get to that in the video. Hi guys, Gaurav here. And the reason I'm making this video is because I'm getting a little sick and tired of how everybody is going after Solskjaer and Manchester United. And especially this new trend of everybody asking where are the leaders in United, and there are no leaders in United. So I think Bruno shut everybody up in the Everton game after scoring so many goals, and okay, nobody could say anything. So everybody was like, wow, Bruno is the silent leader, Bruno is the silent leader. Bruno came out and in the post-match interview, he basically, I think he put it very well. What a guy, I have to say that. What a fucking fantastic guy. He basically gave out and said, listen, there are two kinds of people. Some who basically push the team, who are outspoken leaders, and then there are people who are mute leaders. Mute. Who don't talk, they perform on the pitch, they set the rhythm and the example for the rest of the team. So again, the point behind this is also something Harry Maguire said earlier, right? I think in the match, after one of the other matches, right? That no, there are players in the team who are actually pushing it forward. There are leaders within the group, right? But Bruno said it best, and it actually was awesome because it was, I think, the perfect setting because they had just come off of a win, right? And Bruno scored 2 goals and also set an assist for Cavani, which was awesome. But finally he scored a goal. I'm really happy for him. But you know, this actually gave a very good example of what is fucking wrong and why am I so pissed with all of these pundits, right? That one thing he said, the guy said something very simple and something very that makes a lot of sense. He made a very valid point that there are mute leaders, people who don't really talk, and he had a difficult time even finding the right word in English for what he wanted to say. But that presenter heard mood. The presenter heard, he said, a mood leader. And which is fine, which is possible, right? Everybody can actually, in all fairness, everybody can mishear a word. But first of all, nobody corrected him. I find it hard to believe that there were 4 guys sitting on that BT Sport panel and everybody heard mood. So either the rest of the guys were not paying attention, or they just did not feel right to correct the presenter and tell him that he did not say mood, he said mute. Right? I think Rio was very funny because he didn't mention. So what happened was, after that presenter said that you know, let's talk about these mood leaders, Rio was the first one who took a shot, and he didn't really mention. He sidestepped it very well. He didn't really talk about it. He just never mentioned mute or mood, which makes me think he understood what Bruno said. Right? He just sidestepped it, but Joe Cole wasn't paying attention. He just jumped into it. He just dissected what mood leaders are and how they are poisonous characters. But that's what my point is. That I'm getting a little frustrated by these high standards of punditry. Like everybody taking the same tune, talking about the same things over and over again. Because one guy, Roy Keane, talked about lack of leadership. Now leadership is a consistent question. Right? Everybody's talking about lack of leadership. There is nothing else to talk about at Manchester United. Nobody after the Everton game mentioned that Harry Maguire had a spectacular game. I think except for that panel where Gary Lineker sits, right? BBC Sports. Apart from that, nobody mentioned that Maguire actually had an excellent game against Everton. No, all they wanted to do was actually talk about now that United won, apparently there are leaders and Bruno is the on-field leader. But when they will lose, then there is no leadership. Right? Nobody has anything else to talk about when they talk about United. I don't know what the. Anyhow, what I loved actually, it was spectacular how Solskjaer actually handled the press conference. Because once again they present whoever the guy was with the with the mic, the interviewer wanted to actually talk about, oh, Roy Keane said there are no leaders, but Bruno showed there are leaders. No, he said fuck this shit. Right? We are basically set up for failing. Because we had a match on Wednesday and now we are playing a game on Saturday. And then the immediate reaction from one of the guys I remember was that where did that come from? He didn't answer our question. And I mean we wanted to answer, we wanted to check about where are all these leaders and is Bruno the leader? But Solskjaer didn't answer that, which I loved. I loved it. And when Klopp came out and said that Ole was right, and then Manchester City, the city manager, Pep and Klopp both actually started talking about how all of these fixtures are very crazy and we have to worry about the players, then they had no remarks to make. But when Ole said it, they were really, oh, that was really upsetting. But he was setting the tone for the conversation, who cares? But yeah. So yeah, that's the reason why I decided to make this video. I feel much lighter now already, right? But this is just one example of what happens. One guy said something, the other guy heard something else, and then a couple of games back, Roy Keane said something about leadership, and now everybody's going to talk about that United has no leaders, and everybody's just going to talk about, where are all these leaders? I'm getting a little sick and tired of that. That's it for now actually. I have a lot of other thoughts on this topic also, but I think my next video, I'll reserve them for the next video. Right now I only want to talk about this new concept of mood leaders. But having said all that, I will have to get, I don't know, I was going to say that I should give some credit to Joe Cole and that panel because they were overall praising United. But they had no other option also, right? Because United did play well. At least after conceding that first goal. And even actually, that first goal that was conceded, I will say that it was a very good goal by Everton. There wasn't a lot that United defenders could do. Like Wan-Bissaka was there, right? But he was just lucky. Bernard was lucky that ball went through his legs and De Gea couldn't really get to it. So it was a good goal. I'll give it to Everton. But I wouldn't say that even that goal was considered because the United defense played bad, right? Anyhow, overall happy. Let's see. The international break is coming to an end, I think. We'll have some fixtures and probably I'll make some more videos. Cheers.